Let's see. Let me.
Can't wait.
Yeah, well, I figured you might have a story
Eh,
since
they're not that good, but they're stories.
I have yet to run into a bad story. Wisco style, how you doing? Okay, so Wendell, how are you, my friend?
Hey, I'm good. I had a good day. I was traveling, got back, was catching up, and mentioned last night I was trying to figure out a song. So I think I got the song, but I can't tell you yet because I gotta process the audio, make sure it's okay. So
Okay, well, good. Good.
but I did that today and went to the grocery store so I could have some milk and all that other good stuff.
You didn't run into the same neighbors I did you?
No, but so look, yes, I did suggest this, and one of the reasons I suggested this is to try to help everybody because your neighbors are supposed to be weird. So if you got a weird neighbor, don't complain about it. Say, oh, my neighbors are supposed to be weird, so that's okay. So the first one, and now hopefully I don't offend anybody, but everybody's different. So my first one was an older gentleman. At the time, I was much younger. He was probably my age now, but he was into the whirligigs, and it was a townhouse. So you had just this tiny little lawn, but every square inch of that had a whirligig on it of different things, And so you come home every night and it's, oh, jeez, his name was Chester. It was all right. So that's the first guy. Okay. Then the second one, the guy has room in his driveway for 2 cars. He has 6.
Oh, man.
So a couple things about this guy. And then on the side of his house, he has a 1980, because he's on a corner. So he has a 1980 Honda Civic. Okay, it is a nothing car. It's not like a collector car. It's not like a souped up car. It's just a rust bucket.
So what, did he have it over there under like a cover or something in hopes of restoring the thing or what?
It sort of just sits there. It's still there right now, as a matter of fact. It has not moved since the day he moved in about 6 years ago. It just sits there. Doesn't go anywhere. So look, people were afraid to talk to him about all this. So one of the neighbors named his Wi-Fi, Steve, we hate all your cars. So when you go to check Wi-Fi, so Steve, okay. All right, so the last one, so I can give somebody else, was a gentleman across the street. It was his son, is probably in his early 20s, and yeah, he had this habit of standing in front of the window upstairs naked.
Oh man.
Okay, so this went on for a while, and he'd only do it when the neighbor lady would come out. So, and he wasn't just like standing there. If you get okay, he was. I think
I know exactly what you mean.
So he's busy there. Okay. So first time she thought, okay, he's no big deal. Yeah, just go inside, ignore it. Happened a second time. Call the police. Police come. He goes, hey, it's my house. I can do whatever I want. Well, not really.
No.
So to make a very long story short, the naked man went to court. I'm not sure what the judgment was, but about 4 weeks after that, the family moved. so I think his parents got a little embarrassed and moved out of town.
Yeah.
But Jim, remember the first thing I said? Your neighbors are supposed to be weird. And so when you see them do crazy things, it's just like, there they go again. Oh, and the last thing, if you go to the neighborhood party and no one talks about the crazy neighbor, it's you.
Yeah. So one of my biggest fears, Wendell. Oh, you don't want to be that person.
That's right. You don't want to be that person.
That's awesome, dude.
Those, real quickly, 3 of my crazy neighbors, and they're fun to talk about, but
not when it's happening, though, right? It's that's like anything else. It's always fun after the dust settles, but not while it's happening.
While it's happening.
Yeah.
Please don't let it happen while you're trying to sell your house. You know, the guy with the whirligigs, could you like put them away just for the day? I got somebody coming to look at the house.
Oh man.
Oh, I forgot one other thing. The guy with the car, I have this tree that loses branches every once in a while. Now, in our neighborhood, you're allowed to gather up the branches, put them on the curb, and the recycle comes and takes them.
Mm-hmm.
No, he gathers up branches from my tree and puts them in a pile in my yard. I have no idea why he does that.
Really?
So I just pick them up and I put them out in the yard. So
sounds like he's not aware, right? And he thinks you're just trying to dump them on the the public property or something.
It's like, hey, these are your branches, man.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to take care of them.
Keep them off the street, dude.
That's all right.
Well, those are some great stories, man. I hope I never run into that one dude in the winter.
Just wonder, what are you thinking? You know what?
Oh, you know what he was thinking, but God, why? I don't know, man. People are strange. That's why neighbor stories are so prevalent, is because there are so many different types of people, and every time you move somewhere, it's the luck of the draw.
This is true.
Yeah, I mean,
I had one neighbor who would go into the basement and work in the basement every time his mother-in-law came over. Says, I can't talk to her. I just refuse to talk to her. She comes over. I go in the basement. I've got a project I'm working on.
Well, it's funny you said that about the car too, because or whatnot. Because here I am with a big giant red travel trailer out in my driveway. Nobody's talking to me about it, and
just watch for the Wi-Fi that says, "Jim, we don't like your red trailer."
In my defense, though, I'm working on it, so I can take it to its resting spot in between trips. So deal with it, folks.
The good news is we have no one in the neighborhood who has been who's been rebuilding a motorcycle for the last 20 years. So that's good.
Oh yeah. Ooh, you know what? I hate to keep here, but another time that I was a bad neighbor, and really wasn't all that bad, but is when we rebuilt the tractor in my garage. Now this is a neighborhood that is not agricultural, right?
There's a guy with a tractor down there. What the hell's he doing with the tractor in this neighborhood?
Oh yeah. Well, I had to drive it around to test it out. And where I thought I would get dirty looks, people would literally come out of their house and wave. They loved that thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Good for you.
That's so maybe I wasn't all that bad, but it was like, what are they going to think of us pulling out a full-size tractor in this neighborhood? But you do what you do. That's one of the reasons we want to move, is because I need more land and less house.
I do have one last thing I just want to mention, and
sure.
that is you've got to find the neighbor who knows what's going on. And we've got one of those. All you got to do is, hey, what's happening over there? He knows, man. It's like he's got it down. He knows everything that's going on in the neighborhood. I'll be gone and I'll say, hey, what happened? Oh, well, this is what happened to this here and this. Oh, you should have been here. So. Well,
that's exactly a perfect segue for this as well. I know that guy. I went to, you won't believe this. You guys watching the show won't believe this. I know the guy. I went to school. I graduated with him same year in the same school. We moved in the same weekend, and we were co-president of the HOA for a few years when we first moved in. So I got that going for me, which is nice.
There you go.
He's still president of the HOA. I bowed out. It was too political, and not enough things were happening. It was like kind of a figurehead position. He didn't do anything. So I said, well, you can have it if you want. He said, all right.
and I'm sure you got tired of the phone calls of, hey, could you tell people to start picking up after their dogs?
That's exactly the phone calls he gets. He just told me that. I said,
how come I knew that?
Yeah, I know, right? Because I just talked to him before our last trip, and I said, I'm just working on it. It'll go to its resting place, and we'll be around. So just because I did something for him, he needed a piece of metal cut, and he didn't have any real tools. And I said, yeah, just just, well, what can I do for you? And I said, just keep the neighbors off my back. And he says, all I get calls are, from people who want their dogs not to go in their yard. Even when they clean it up, people are complaining. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
All right. Well, I'll let somebody else come on. But Jim, great talking with you, and maybe I'll see you tomorrow night.
Yeah, same here, Wendell. Thanks for suggesting it, and appreciate your stories, my friend.
You're welcome, man.
Take care. You too could be a guest on this show at any time. We're live every weeknight, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All you've got to do is hit that subscription button and ring that bell right now. Oh, and while you're at it, why not share this video? I'm sure my guests would appreciate it. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you live.